Oh, that was fun. Hi there. Finally. Welcome back once again to Cast Iron Wednesday. And yes, I do mean Cast Iron Wednesday. This thing is still on, I'm afraid. For the record, I have an appointment on Friday where they will be removing this arm cast and putting on a wrist cast. Thank goodness. That means I'll actually be able to move my arm and do things, like tie my shoes and be able to go out. Oh, now what? 1 second, please. And I'll tell you this in a second. I've just got the stupid pop-up. Important cybersecurity news from AVG. Oh, big deal about that. Okay, close this. No, I don't want a free trial. No, I don't want any more protection. No, I don't want to sign in. Okay. There. Yeah. Anyway, I had everything all set up and was all ready to go. Finally, I click on the Go Live button. Can't access live because your camera is being used by another app. So, of course, I've got to do troubleshooting, try rebooting the PC, wait while Windows installs updates. Yeah. Somebody in the live chat here said, don't have an ulcer, dude, over corned beef. No, I won't have an ulcer over corned beef. If anything, the corned beef will be soothing. Okay. And speaking of which, all right, now, as I mentioned already, Cast Iron Wednesday, because yes, I know last week I said that I would be talking about unknown cast iron pans, but because of the date, I realized I did have to change the schedule for tonight, because 2 weeks from tonight is St. Patrick's Day. And of course, everybody does their corned beef and cabbage on St. Patrick's Day. Although personally, it might not be a bad idea to try something like Reuben's instead. Or even Irish Colcannon, which if you don't like corned beef, look that one up and you should enjoy that. But nonetheless, the reason why I had to change the schedule is because I already posted a video about it last night. It's because every year at around this time, I do my best to encourage everyone, and that includes all of you folks out there. One of these years, maybe even this year, take the time and prepare your own homemade corned beef. For the simple reason is that the stuff at the store, yes, it's pretty good. I mean, there's nothing wrong with buying it at the store. But when you have taken the time to prepare your own corned beef, the stuff from the store will never, ever compare, and you will probably never be satisfied with it ever again. All I can say is, as I mentioned in the video last night, it's easy. It is simple. Really, anyone can do it. The hard part is the part where you simply have to go and prepare your own, or get your own spices. But even then, those pickling spices, they can actually be bought in packages or jars. All right, now let me say hi. Thank you for everybody for waiting. Papa Dan, Pegtooth, William Hurt, Ray Laws. Okay, yeah, girl. I just watched the Mudbrooker make a stir fry and a new lodge walk. Oh yeah, that sounds good. Because I'm glad to hear he got himself a lodge walk. This is one recipe I've never done. Well, good. Bookworm 73. Well, that's good, especially since really it's early enough. Let me get started on this now. Which means yet again, here's the part where I could say something stupid like, "Hey, here comes the patented roller coaster," which is not the case. It's more like, "Oh no, we're doing this again." Okay, that's because, again, we want to do this right. So there's a good view for you, because this should show us everything, including the mic here. Anyway, as I mentioned, the hard part about doing this is simply putting the spices together. And really, there's no hard and fast rule that you absolutely have to use these spices for corned beef. I mean, some of these are popular, but if you look around on the internet, there are variations. And again, if you want, you can even just buy pickling spices in a package, and that should be more than enough. But yeah, this is all so much better than those microscopic spice packs that come with the store-bought corned beef. So I made some last night. Tonight I'm making a little bit more because this batch is going to be specifically for the spices that cook the corned beef. I made the brine last night, and that's going to come as soon as we're done here. But nonetheless, also, especially, it's easy enough that I can do it with one hand. Here. So we start out with, instead of tablespoons, this time I'm just using teaspoons. Black peppercorns. And from here, we've got about 8 spices that we're going to be measuring out. You don't have to be too exact, though. Again, this is not rocket science, and it's not baking. If you your amounts may vary, really, depending on your choice. Some cloves, 2. Thank you for your patience. Unfortunately, it's going to take a little while because it's a little tricky getting this thing back on. Okay. Number 3, allspice berries. And as you can see, most of these are pretty easy, and you can usually get them at your typical supermarket, or better yet, if you go to a foreign market, you can almost always find these kind of things. Some allspice berries. And I will chat a little more once I get all these in the pan. This is the tricky one to find, juniper berries. But they can be found at a pretty good spice shop. You may even want to go to Whole Paycheck and look there for juniper berries. I personally have been boycotting Whole Foods for about the past decade and see no reason to stop. But those of you who... Okay, as I said, juniper berries are probably the second hardest thing to find here on this list. Here we have some fennel seeds, for instance, which are also pretty easy and very aromatic, very strong. Toasting the spices is really, I would call this mandatory. You can actually do this without having to toast the spices, but besides having an excuse to play with cast iron, toasting your spices will really bring out the flavor. So it is very highly recommended. A number of folks, in fact, after they toast it, they grind it up in a mortar and pestle, which I have not done yet, but doesn't sound like a bad idea. Red pepper flakes, by the way. Almost done at this point. Let's see, some mustard seeds. And I have given my not very pleasant opinion of foods with the organic label on it, but these were the only ones I could find. I mean, after all, what are organic mustard seeds as opposed to inorganic mustard seeds? It's just a label. Anyway, almost done. Coriander seeds. And as I said, these ingredients are not absolute. So if you can't find some of these, that's really not the end of the world. You can even substitute. Some folks use star anise in this, for instance. Some folks just use your plain salt and pepper. I would go for a little bit more than just salt and pepper. A good cinnamon stick. This one looks nice. And what we're going to be doing here is, again, we are going to be just toasting all of these spices up in a pan, which, again, I heated this pan dry, did not add any oil to the pan. We'll just be doing this. Ooh, I can smell the aroma already. We'll just be doing this until the spices begin to snap, crackle, and pop, at which point then they are done. Ugh. And it's ready to be stored away for cooking the corned beef. A couple of cardamom pods. This may be the hardest one to find, but they are usually available at a good Chinese market. And then finally, after all this, a couple of bay leaves, and then we're ready for the next step. That might even be too many. And there we go. So, as we are waiting, let's see what we have here. Hey, Miss French Twist, glad to see you again. I made this recipe a couple times. It's my go-to for corned beef. Oh, well, glad you like it. That handle, oh yeah. You must be handle. You must be talking about the skillet there, which again is a large blacklock. My grandparents ate nothing but organic because food was real back then. Well, no, this is real food. um, quite frankly, I'll say this once and only once. Yeah, they say back then all foods were organic. Well, back then, the word organic was not dictated to marketers and stores by a government entity consisting of representatives from, surprise, surprise, major food producing corporations. They are the ones who decide what is organic and what isn't. So, and that's all I'm going to get into for that. That is really a discussion for another time. But nonetheless, as I said, all we have to do now is really just stir these around. I have my stovetop set right now at just about 4 here. So just between low and medium. We just, toast these spices together. And it is already giving off a really nice aroma. This is one good reason to do this. I mean, the aroma is really something there are probably too many of these. Let me take a couple of these out. Yeah, the aroma itself really is not to be missed. Essentially, again, we just have to do this for like maybe about 10-15 minutes until these spices begin to snap, crackle, and pop. And try not to, accidentally, throw them out of the pan like that. But anyway, oh yeah, as I mentioned, the handle here, this is a modern day Lodge Blacklock series skillet. It is a 10-inch Lodge Blacklock, which I have now had for going on almost 2 years. Lodge released this series in 2019. Yeah, that's right. And I did, run out and get it because, I wanted to see a new series from Lodge, especially one that is meant to compete with those fancy, high-priced USA-made cast iron makers, like Field and Stargazer and Butter Pat, and quite a few others that have all shown up in the past few years. Lodge, realized that they've got some competition, and so they put this out to compete with them. I personally think they're doing a pretty good job, too. I have a Stargazer pan, and I love it. I have a Finex pan, and I love it. But on the other hand, I have this pan as well from, Blacklock, and Blacklock from Lodge, as their Blacklock series. And yeah, I do love this too. It's thin and light. It weighs really no more than a vintage Griswold skillet. It's extremely thin, as you can see. So it actually passes heat through a little better than thick cast iron. The handle is designed so that this space here can actually prevent heat from going through. And am I hearing this thing already starting to snap and crackle and pop? Boy, that didn't take long. Maybe because I'm not really using a large amount of spices. There's this channel I've been following, and I've plugged it a couple of times. A guy who calls himself Omnivorous Adam. He is a YouTube cook and a professional cook as well. He cooks for a living. I don't. He produces some really professional-looking videos. And his channel is definitely worth looking at. It's currently only past about 10,000 subscribers, but I really feel that guy is going to be famous. Anyway, just today, he did his own corned beef video, in which he does stuff similar to this, including toasting the spices. In his case, he uses a ton of spices. Boy, does he use a lot of them. Here, as I said, I'm only using a small amount because all I'm doing here is just preparing enough to store in my fridge for the next couple of weeks. Because again, this is what we are going to be using to cook our corned beef. And this alone here is a lot more and more fresh and more aromatic and generally more abundance and different kinds of spices. Again, than that little microscopic spice packets stuck into homemade corned beef. So let me say one other thing. If you're going to if you're going to cook a store-bought corned beef, either for St. Patty's or any other time, and there's nothing wrong with that, you can go ahead and do so, but use your own spices. You can use that spice packet if you want. You don't have to. Put together your own batch of spices, cater it to your tastes, and slow cook it with your own spices, and you will again have a superior corned beef, one that you won't forget and your family will love. Yeah, this is definitely reaching the point where I think you can hear the snap, crackle, and pop. So we're doing good as far as time concerned. That didn't take long at all. I'm going to wait just a couple more minutes, I think. While we're waiting, let's check the comments one more time. Okay, I still don't understand the role of a bay leaf. The ones I have in my kitchen are light and yellow and eligible for pension. What does bay leaf bring to the table? Yeah, I can definitely, no, bay leaves are definitely aromatic and they do smell very pleasant. So presumably they are adding their flavor to all of this as well. One of those other YouTube cooking channels only released a video a couple of days ago, and I still haven't had a chance to see it yet. Uh-oh. Yeah, I know. Kitty alert. Oh, good. He just jumped down. Anyway, it's one of those other cooking channels just released a video saying, do bay leaves do anything? So presumably he does a comparison, and I was meaning to watch that, and I have not had the chance to do so yet. So I'd say look that up on YouTube and give it a try. Regardless, whether or not, this certainly is a good combination of spices. As I said, some people use star anise and other kinds of spices, or even just buying pickling spices, and again, there's nothing wrong with that. Either way, this is a step that I certainly do recommend. And even without this, as I said, the whole point is, again, we really want to get some really want to get some brisket, or even it doesn't have to be brisket. That's the other thing. You can, where did that come from? Did that one pop out of the pan? Juniper berry just appeared from out of nowhere. Anyway, you don't even have to use brisket, for the record. I mean, if you find brisket is too expensive and you want to use, like, for instance, eye of round, which is usually a cheap cut of beef, you can do that. Corn it up in the same way and prepare it in the very same way. In fact, as a matter of fact, I have cooking in the oven right now a corned eye of round beef that I did pick up at the store because once all this is done, I do hope to do a little cooking. Maybe with a little help from my roommate Jamie, who she's very good at doing these short order cooks. It depends if she's available or not. I'm not going to force her. I don't want to force anyone to do anything. Jamie was feeling a little under the weather last week, as you know, but she's doing much better. And for that matter, I'm doing pretty good myself. But more importantly, she's doing all right. So that's why we are just going on tonight. Anyway, as I said, these things here are definitely, I'd say they're at the point where all I have to do now is just put them in a container. And we will store these for the next 2 weeks. We can bring them out, and I think I can put this aside, in fact. Give me 1 second so that we'll have some room here. Let's put these things away. All of these spices, put this aside. Okay. So far, so good. Get this out of the way. Don't want to drop these things. So thank you for your patience as always while I put these aside. Ugh. There we go. Uh-oh. Are we still live? Excuse me. Get down from there. Ugh. Oh, come on. Did he ruin the live? Okay, come on, where the hell is it? Son of a... Okay, calm down. Son of a... God... Okay, calm down. What the hell is going on now? Oh, okay. We're still live? We're still live? Okay. I'm glad to hear that because at this point, my screen here seems to be completely locked up. I have no idea how we're still live, but I'm very glad to hear that we are. All right. Okay. Wait a second. Okay, let's give this a try then. Thank you for waiting. All right. Yeah, in regards to anger management, I apologize for that little outburst, but like I said, this would be the second delay tonight, and I'm not happy about that. I'm also kind of tired from work today. Where did that spoon go? Oh, over here. Anyway, yeah. Trouble jumped up on the laptop keyboard, and I can't see a thing on the screen. But from what you folks say, we are still live. All right. Thank goodness. Ooh, it's hot. Well, this is going to be one for history books, isn't it? Okay. Nonetheless, assuming we are still live, here are our toasted spices, ready to be stored for 2 weeks from now. Let me double check. I actually have a camera on in the other room. Thank goodness. Okay. And according to this, we are still live with sound. Congratulations, everybody. The only disappointment is I can't read your comments live. I actually have to run in the other room and look at my other system to see the comments because my screen is completely locked up. Well, as they say, the show must go on. So anyway, that was step one. As I said, these are our spices here. Step two, on the other hand, is something I did not do last night. As I mentioned, we are preparing our corned beef. So that means it's time for step two. Okay, here we go. We pull this out. There we go. Oh boy. So that means it's time to bring out the star of the show tonight. Nice corned beef brisket here. According to this is 14.5 pounds. Not bad. Yeah, when I make corned beef, I really like making corned beef. I've got personal reasons to celebrate March 17th, and it doesn't even involve St. Patrick's Day. But that for those reasons, March 17th, excuse me, March 17th has been very special to me, and so really preparing homemade corned beef to celebrate it. Well, yeah, actually, that's a good reason why I started preparing corned beef, homemade corned beef. I wanted to try something special, and once I tried making it from scratch, oh yeah, no, never ever again will I turn back. And that's what I'm trying to do, really, is encourage as many of you folks as possible to give this a try. As I said, you don't even have to use brisket. You could use another cut of beef if you want, such as, again, something cheap. Oh, excuse me again. Trouble. Yeah, I'm sorry for this delay, but I've got a reason for it this time. He was starting to chew on the electrical cord, and no, that's not a good idea. Okay, finally, let's calm down here. As I said, you can use really any cut of beef that you want to make a nice corned beef. And anyway, eye around may even be cheaper than brisket in your area of the woods. So let's get started on this. And actually, now that the spices are done, that was the hard part. Now is the easy part. All you really have to do is put this in the brine, which I prepared last night. One reason why I prepared it last night was because I wanted to let it cool off overnight, so that it won't pre-cook this corned beef before it while it's still in the fridge. So. Oof. This is also an excuse to bring out one of my pride and joy. This is a Sabatiere 12-inch chef knife. This was a real treasure that I discovered in 2017 in New York City. This is one of those things I'm going to treasure for probably the rest of my life. And it's also the best kind of knife for cutting ourselves up some beef brisket. All I'm going to do really is cut this into thirds. May not even corn all three of these. One of these briskets I might just simply prepare on its own. Like perhaps this end here. Oh yeah. That's one of many reasons why having a good sharp knife is a good thing. Makes it easy to cut up a piece of meat like this. Oh yeah. Now from here. Here we are. They are right here. Really nothing to it. Here's the flat. This is one. Oh yeah. All right, just take your time. Take your time. I really regret not being able to read the comments, unfortunately, folks. So feel free to be merciless. Hello. Hi. You know some of those nicknames you have given trouble? Yeah. Yeah, they certainly apply. What? I was on the live. Yeah. From what I understand, we are still live. You are live. Yeah, unfortunately, he got on the keyboard. And the keyboard is, I'm sorry, the screen is all locked up. So even though we're live, I can't see the comments. Nonetheless, we are still continuing. He knows. Look how he's running around. Yeah. He knows, all right. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, I am wanting to do a cute little meme picture starring Trouble and his sister, Miss Mobley. In it, trouble will be talking to Miss Mobley. And he says to her, Mommy loves me more than you. And she says, why do you say that? And he says, because she calls me by a lot more nicknames. Of course, most of those nicknames can't be repeated in public. Either way, yeah, I know we're getting some juice on this cutting board. That's not a problem. All I can do is take my time here, especially since my movements are limited. But we will get this in. Oh, yes. Okay. And we got it. Finally. Let's take this knife once again, carefully. And slit some of this plastic wrap. Again, carefully. Go. Yeah, I know. Knife safety. And there we are. Now I can get this out. Right now, I'm doing okay. I'm just taking my time here. All I'm doing is putting this brisket into the bag so that we can brine it. As I've said about 1,000,000 times, I appreciate everybody's patience here. Why is this not going through? There we go. Got it. Haha, that's 2. All right, let's pull out a paper towel now. And actually, if you'd like to do something very easy, would you be kind enough to check some of the comments? I would like to know how things are going there. Well, no, but well, that's one, yeah. Well, that's all right. Nonetheless, here we've got probably anywhere between 8 and 10 pounds of brisket here that we are going to be corning. So I'm definitely looking forward to this. It's okay. It's also live on the computer in the office. Oh, yeah. This last hunk of brisket, I think, as she said, I think I will put this aside right now. And we will take care of this a little later. Yeah, nothing wrong with that at all. No, that's true. Yes. There we go. All I can say is I am doing my best. Besides, this one is pretty fatty anyway, and this is the point, so this we can put aside. Careful. Don't want to drop this.
Where were you?
What?
Where were you?
Where was I?
Yeah.
I'm... right now, there should be just 2 big pieces of meat on a board.
I don't have the video. I'm looking at the comments.
Oh. I haven't been able to see the comments for a good 10 minutes or more, so you can really start at the bottom and work your way up.
All right. Well, did you see the one where I said I was on my way home?
No.
Okay. Well, gee.
Yeah. At last. So anyway, thanks to this, as I said, this is the next step in preparing corned beef.
Wow.
And 2.
I said I'm on the house and it was awesome.
Yeah.
So I said I found a Griswold number 14, a couple of
really?
Iron Mountain chicken fingers with lids.
Nice. Somebody found a...
That was Ms. French Twist.
Oh, nice.
I have that wedge cornbread can too.
Awesome. Boy, congratulations, Miss French Twist. So a Griswold number 14 and 2 chicken fryers. Boy, that was a score. Hope you didn't pay too much for them. I know it's really anybody's choice, but even so. Okay, So we've got these. All we have to do now is add the brine. And for that, I'll just move a couple of things over. Careful here. Yeah, see, this pan is not too hot. I'm actually able to do this with my hands, and I'm not burning myself.
Just be careful.
Absolutely.
I think.
Okay, there we are. Does the pot show in the video?
I told you I can't.
Oh, well, let me check over here. Oh, good, no problem at all. We've got a good view.
Yeah, see, I'm like.
Okay. Sorry again for the slow pace this is taking, folks.
Yeah, I think the other thing probably.
All right. Nonetheless, that was the hard part. Now comes the easy part. This is where we simply take off the brine.
All right.
He's causing trouble. Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, here is our brine. After boiling it for only a short period of time, like about half an hour, letting it cool overnight, our brine is ready. So now it's really just a matter of adding it to the bag. Which is why, again, I say this is easy enough. Really, anyone can do this. And I very highly recommend doing so. Brine me kangaroo down, sport. Brine me kangaroo down. So here. Alright, let's get this together. So maybe just a wee bit more. And then from here, it's just a matter of carefully closing the bag. Looks like I may have to press this down a little bit. Okay. My movement is a little limited, but it's getting done. Just a little bit. Also, for the record, my wrist has healed to the point where I am not hurting. I'm not really not really. I am not in pain from this. I'm doing fine. If anything, it's just very awkward because this cast is holding my wrist in the correct position, which of course is probably why I'm not feeling any pain. But on the other hand, still making this a little more difficult than it could be. And that's also why I've got this in a big bowl here, so that if it leaks, come on, it's no big deal.
Just fill up at least one. Just fill up one bag.
Come on. I think I will have to ask for a little assistance in just getting this thing closed, unfortunately.
I just left a comment and I said, sorry everybody, because seeing the comments isn't possible right now. A lot of questions and comments may be missed and not replied to or answered.
Yes, that is unfortunately true. And I do apologize sincerely for that, because the comments are very important to these live videos. There we go. I would like to ask, would you? Okay. Okay. All I'm trying to do is get this thing sealed.
I can't go through you.
Oh yeah, that would help, wouldn't it? All right.
I don't know if this is gonna close.
Part of it's already sealed.
Yeah, this is too much in here. That's why it's not gonna close.
Okay.
Yeah, no, there's no way.
What if I hold it at this end?
It's got
Take
the meat
your-
right there.
take your time.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Got it?
This one spot keeps. There we go. I did it again. I think
back.
I think I got it this time.
All right.
Oh, come on.
It looks sealed.
Yeah, it's got this piece stuck in it right here.
Well,
So it's not sealed right there.
I see.
See?
Well, you know what? A little later, we can actually just put some tape over it.
Well, I can get it right now.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get it open right there.
Okay.
As soon as I get open, I just. There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Now that's about as close to vacuum sealed as we can get.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
The second one's going to be much easier. Got the hard one done first. I'm sorry? Actually, I got it. Take a look.
Let's read some. There's so many. There's so many.
The recipe for this, I do have a link to it in the description of this YouTube live. So, and as I said, you can vary on the spices. You do not have to absolutely follow this recipe. You can make your own modifications. Quite a few people do.
Someone said, "Is that a select or choice brisket?" Papa Dan.
I would have to think. I mean, I unfortunately just got this at the supermarket. I did not get it from one of the really good meat markets we have in town. So I'm thinking it's pretty mainstream.
All right. Andrew Bonifacio said, "Once in a while, Wally World has big slabs like that."
That's as a matter of fact. Yeah, as a matter of fact, that's exactly where this came from. Yeah. We were unfortunately, our time was kind of limited because I work a full-time job, and as much as I would have liked to have visited a meat market for the brisket, we had no choice but to head to Wally World. What's up?
Another there's tons of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think we're
Walmart
done.
usually only has select grade brisket, so that must be what it is then.
Yeah, I would agree there. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. It'll work. That's the important thing. And even so, we're still applying a homemade corning method to it, so I've no doubt this is still going to taste just fine.
Peg tooth, you got admirer trouble. Peg tooth says she loves you.
Oh.
Yeah, spend a night with him.
Yes, please. We're at the point where, you know how Henny Youngman always said, "Take my wife, please."
Thank you, Papa Dan. I am feeling a lot better. A lot better. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. He said, "I'm glad you're feeling better, Jamie, and you're sounding better."
Oh,
yeah, much better.
You get off of there. Ugh. Sorry, trouble. Oh. Okay. And with that, we are done with phase 2. Yay. Oh, this has been an interesting evening, all right. And yet, somehow, managed to persevere. Barely.
Peg 2 said it's a pita.
Nonetheless, this, I guess, I can consider to be anger management because, yeah, look at this. We've got, as I said, anywhere between 8 and 10 pounds of brisket in the brine here. And all we have to do now is put this in the fridge and set it and forget it. Here's one other thing that I say is that, a lot of people say you have to turn over the brining bag every day so that it gets evenly, the brine accesses every part of the meat. I never do that. We literally just set this in the fridge for 2 weeks and forget about it. And it turns out great every time. I've never had a problem with that. So I'm lazy, but it works. Now, just 1 second as I get this into the fridge, and we will then move on to phase 3. No? Okay.
It's already 9:02. I don't know if you want. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
No, that's all right
I
then.
gotta take the meat out. The meat's gotta set because the meat hasn't come out yet.
Okay, then if you want, yes, I understand.
It's all with everything that got.
I understand. Okay.
Well, we can. I'll just throw one together real quick.
Okay. Then in that case, I will just reveal it.
Well,
This is not gonna work. Okay. Just leave that there for the moment.
Okay. There, there. Stay out of that right now. Can you grab the sauerkraut, please?
Yeah. Okay.
And I'll grab it.
No, that's okay. I'm not going to push it. But if you'd like, we could simply make a roast beef, corned beef sandwich.
I might as well just do the.
Okay. Either way, right now, I've just got to step out of the way because I've got something in the oven at the moment. And meanwhile, she is punishing trouble.
Don't say that.
Politely.
I didn't punch him.
I didn't say punch. I didn't say punch. I said punish.
Oh, I thought you said punch.
No. I would never ever do that. Not even joking.
I kick him.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No.
I'm just kidding, obviously.
Yeah. Okay.
Across the room. No, I'm kidding.
Thank you for your patience, folks. And now, kind of like as a reward for that, let's move on to a little bit of cast iron. Specifically, in addition to that brisket, I picked up something else. Ugh, that was not fun. There we are. 1 second now. I'm going to run in the other room and see how the camera looks.
We did have Thousand Island.
Just a little bit.
I thought we did too. All right, let's go. All right.
If this is not the most amateurish YouTube live you've seen, it's got to be somewhere in that ballpark. But nonetheless, thank you for your patience, everyone. As I said, that really was preparing some corned beef. And in 2 weeks on St. Paddy's Day, we are going to have ourselves some slow-cooked corned beef. On the other hand, I don't see any reason to wait for 2 weeks to just reveal some slow-cooked corned beef. This is not even brisket. It's actually eye of round. Quite simply, I picked up a store-bought corned beef, especially to slow cook so that we could have something to show tonight as well.
No, it's the round cut.
Yes, it is.
Beef.
Yes, it is. It is round cut.
Yeah. So it's corned beef. It's just not point cut. It's round cut.
Yes.
It's the less fatty one.
Right. It's not even
the one that doesn't even taste good.
Yeah. No, actually, it's still gonna taste just fine. No. Oh yeah, I know.
One, all the flavor is not. All the flavors in the fat. We all know this.
Yeah. In fact, this was so easy here. I pretty much just took it out of the bag, rinsed it off, dropped it into a cast iron pot, coated it with some salt, pepper, and garlic, and slow cooked it for about 6 hours. Not enough room?
No, yeah. No, there's not.
Okay, then I will move this. Not to worry. Let's change these over. Where did I just put that glove? Here it is.
No idea.
Okay. Okay, thank you for waiting. This residue on the bottom here is likely from the corned beef itself. Because I did rinse it off, but evidently it's still, it's still, what's the word? Excreted. It still let out some of its residue, but there's nothing wrong with that. It smells just fine. Let's put this on. All right. Now we can relax for at least a few minutes.
Not much.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Well, as I said, I'm not forcing you to do anything.
Oh, I know. I'm saying not much time to relax.
No, there isn't.
This is gonna be nice and quick.
Oh yes, very quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Jamie has been kind enough to put up with all of my difficulties for the last couple of weeks. I asked if she might be kind enough to cook, and well, apparently she agreed to. Though, as I said, if you're not feeling up to it, please don't take it the wrong way. Everything is fine. Okay.
I would be standing there. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, and besides, everybody, as I said, was concerned about you, and they're glad to hear you're feeling better.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. For the record, that there is an unmarked Wagner chicken fryer. This was a Brimfield find a few years ago. It is a number 9 size, which is unusual, but that's one of the reasons why I wanted to keep this, and I've gotten a lot of good use out of it. Yeah. Okay, let's. Oh, okay. Yeah. So meanwhile, we also have, as I mentioned, the large Blacklock pan. And Jamie here is pulling out. Oh, yeah, that's what that is. That is a cast iron Kamal, in fact. Yeah, essentially, it's the same thing as a griddle. I only just started. I think we may have to wait a couple more minutes or so.
All right, guys, I'm not going to cut this very beautifully or anything, because I'm actually just trying to get it done real quick.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to make a Reuben.
Ooh.
So for right now,
let's just say it's worth the trouble. And boy, do I mean worth the trouble.
Yeah, right? Reuben naughty cat.
Uh-huh. Well,
Reuben naughty cat.
Oh yeah. All right. As I mentioned here, we are heating up the Blacklock skillet, and in the back, that is I believe that's about a 9-inch cast iron Kamal there. That's actually Mexican made as well, but nonetheless, of course, if you have your own, you can do this in pretty much any cast iron pan. So.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
That's my piece.
Well, we were a little concerned if it was not well done enough. I'd say that is
good.
I'd say that is definitely good. All right.
I was gonna try to cut it in slabs like that to make the sandwich, but as you see, it had other ideas.
It's actually too tender.
Yeah. No such thing. All right, we just it just makes it a little bit easier. Just stack the sandwich.
Oh yeah.
All right. Look at that. I can't see what I'm doing. I can't. Hey guys, where is it? You know, I'm guessing you might be able to see it right here. I think.
Yeah, I think that's about right.
Yeah.
We're flying blind here again.
Follow the corned beef.
Thanks to our little 4-footed friend.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's delicious. You can't have it.
Yeah, that's. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Oh yeah.
That's hot. You think that's ready? Hot enough for go-tos now?
Toss a couple of drops of water on it. Let's see if it's good enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent.
Excellent.
In fact, I think
Excellent.
I can't reach the back. Could you turn the back up, burner up a little bit more? Into
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that low. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm gonna just put this in the front one with this.
Yeah, that's about right.
Um,
We'll turn this one up a little bit more as well. There we go.
no, I'm just gonna do it in the front.
Okay.
I'm gonna make grilled cheese. I can't. All right. All right. So I'm just gonna put this right here.
And thank you very much for doing this.
All right. So an easy way to make sandwiches that are like filled, like obviously, for instance, like a Reuben, or other sandwiches like the Bunny Crystal, other grilled sandwiches that you might have, like a turkey, grilled cheese with turkey or whatever.
Yeah.
A easy way to make them, because sometimes it's kind of a pain to flip a sandwich with all the stuff on the inside. Like, say you made a tuna melt, and so an easy way to do it is to make a grilled cheese, heat the stuff on the side, and then when the grilled cheese is finished, you can peel it open and lay your ingredients in, and it's an easy way to do it. And it's quick. It ends up being a lot faster.
Especially since the meat's already cooked. How can I help?
Like, and the meat is already heated over here, so.
Sauerkraut, rye, butter, and I believe that's Swiss cheese.
Yeah, baby Swiss.
So we've got ourselves a quick and easy Reuben in the making. Here's where I would really like to see the comments, but unfortunately,
my phone's right.
Yeah. No, that's okay. That's okay. I'm not saying you not saying to stop.
My phone's right on the shelf right there. It's right on the shelf with the cast iron.
Oh, okay.
The comments are just pick it up. It's already. You're good.
All right. Let's see what we have here.
Yeah, see, I cook a lot higher. I'm a fast cook, so this is like going too slow for me.
Miss French Twist, yum. Thank you, Jamie.
Always.
And everybody else.
I aim to please.
Oh, yes. Papa Dan, I still didn't get a bite.
Never!
What kind of mustard are we using? Well, we do have
Thousand Island.
We've got Thousand Island dressing to go on this.
Right.
We do have some Dijon mustard, but I think we're just going to go with the Thousand Island.
Sorry, guys. I'm like with the camera here, and it's hard to maneuver stuff. That was like I'm not impressed with myself right now.
You are doing.
I'm a short order cook. I should be.
You can't be a short order cook. You're almost 6 feet tall.
Yeah, right. I wish. 5'7".
Love corned beef. Thanks for the recipe, Brian. Well, yeah, I do hope you enjoy it.
All right.
Also, for the record, again, we've got 2 weeks to St. Patty's Day. If anybody really wants to take the time to put together some homemade corned beef, you still have time to do it. Technically, it takes about a week to brine, so that means you've got pretty much all the next week to put the fixings together.
There we go. That's about right. So close. Woo! And it's right there.
Oh, and of course, this Reuben is going to be yours because you put the effort into it.
That's okay. All right. You know what? Let's call that done for right now.
There's a cabbage.
For the sake of TV, it's done. Normally I would do it so there's a little bit more crunch on the bread, but see?
Oh, yeah, that's still...
There you go. Look at that.
Now that is some melted cheese.
I should have made more sauerkraut. I do it every time. I don't put enough sauerkraut. I forget how much it shrinks.
Mhm.
You know what, real quick.
Oh, for the record, after all of this is over, yes, we will be giving Trouble a little bit of this corned beef to
All
try.
right, this is Thousand Island. It's not open.
What can I do? Oh, the Thousand Island. You're right. I can open that if you want.
Already open. Nope. Open that, please.
Yeah. Because it's got the paper thing in it, right?
Yeah, there we go. Now that's enough. That's
Yeah.
How's that, folks? Good amount of sauerkraut there. Too much, too little.
There we go. Got it.
There we go. Didn't use the back burner.
And it's open.
Good, that'll be good.
Okay.
Yeah. A little drizzle.
Thousand Island dressing is true dressing for that sandwich. Bob asks, I bought a couple of chicken skillets at Walmart today. Already made dinner in one. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. The
There we
Walmart
go.
Ozark bread
And then
works just fine.
cut on the bias.
No reason why you can't use it.
Look at that.
Bias.
Bam.
She handles those tongs like she knows what she is doing. I'm impressed with her cooking skills.
Yeah, and look how big these are. See this? Now imagine if they're the right size.
Yeah.
But Eric already told you I am 6 feet, so these should be, size appropriate, I guess.
The masses
Alright.
might like a closer look at the Wagner chicken fryer. Once Jamie's all done, and no, I'm not saying rush, I'm saying take your time. No, I'm saying once
I know.
Jamie's all
You don't
done,
gotta do that though. Okay, just
I'll do a close-up of the chicken fryer.
okay. The what?
Well, somebody wants a close-up of the chicken
Oh,
fryer.
okay. All right.
That's a fine sandwich.
All right. There we go. See that? Lovely.
Right,
It's falling apart.
for the post-live video.
So I just did this quick, you guys. So normally I'd make the bread have a lot more crunch, but it's easy. I'll remember that trick. It's a nice, simple trick when you're making a stuffed sandwich with more than one ingredient. Some people have a real bitch of a time flipping it, me included, because you go to flip it, the stuff goes all over the place inside the fry pan. So an easy way to do it that you don't lose your ingredients, plus it cuts a lot of time off, is to make a grilled cheese, split it open, and stuff it with the ingredients, and then you're done. So, all right, guys, thank you very much.
All I can say is thank you very much for doing this.
Not a problem. So
you didn't have to, so I can only thank you again very, very much.
Oh, it's soggy. I'm not impressed, you guys. This is not my best.
We were in.
Although I don't know, that's pretty good. Definitely not my best though. No problem.
Oh yeah, no, it's terrible. You're just gonna have to finish it all by yourself.
No, I don't have to.
Okay, okay, good. That's all turned off. That's good. Now that we have done that,
Why is it spicy? Oh, I know. I didn't rinse out the pan. I just wiped it off.
residue. Oh, from the spices. That's why. You're right. You okay? Oh,
Yeah, it's just look.
right. I understand. No, you're right. You're right.
No, it tastes good. It just burnt. I'm super sensitive to spices, and my.
Yes, I get it. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. That Blacklock pan is the one I used to toast those spices.
I wiped it out.
So.
I didn't rinse it.
All right. Now, before we head out, someone had asked for a close-up of the Wagner chicken fryer. So
You gotta take a bite. Those spices actually kind of do it justice.
all right, let me take a bite of this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. I can't even reach my mouth. I'm serious.
Well, you can't bend your arm.
Mm.
There we go.
Oh yeah. Mm.
Taste the spices?
Oh
Crazy.
yeah. Mm. That actually kicks it up. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I know you say it's not crispy enough, but man, you killed that. Wow.
Yeah, but I like a crisp, the bottom one. But I was just trying to do it quickly. I mean, it's getting late.
Yes, it
You know.
is. So that means we've got just one last thing here, and then we'll be all done. And this again, person asked for a close-up of the Wagner chicken fryer. As I said, this stuff in the pan here, this is just residue that came out of the corned beef as it was cooking. Nonetheless, again, this is a Wagner chicken fryer. You can tell, especially because of this round hole here in the handle. That's what really identifies this as a Wagner. The lid, on the other hand, has one other trademark, which is the sawtooth ridges on the inside. That also identifies this as a Wagner. So this particular chicken fryer happens to have absolutely no markings at all on the bottom. So it's even before Wagner started putting their size numbers or size markings or descriptions on the bottom of the pan. So I would have to guess this probably dates to about the 1940s to perhaps the early 1950s. Big, heavy, and there's a lot of room in it. Anyone who owns a chicken fryer, whether it is modern or vintage, you know very well how massively useful these things are. They're deep. You can do a lot of, deep frying in them. And the high walls also mean that when you fry, a lot less splatter will get out onto your stovetop. So you can say this about just about any cast iron pan. It's massively useful, and you can get a lot of use out of it. So. Oh, he got out? Oh, well, that's all right. We're about done anyway. Because, once again, I can only appreciate everybody's patience for all of the wonderful antics that took place tonight. Between the Windows update, between my thing being delayed, between our dear friend Trouble causing trouble. Between my having difficulty moving, but especially because of all of Jamie's assistance. Really, without her, I would not have been able to get anywhere near as much done tonight as happened.
Oh,
so
stop it.
it's true.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
And thank you very much.
But I wish you'd give yourself more credit, folks. Everybody, please tell Eric how wonderful he is.
Yeah.
He is a great. Yeah, please.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Old pan and lid, like I said, I would estimate this probably dates to the 1940s or so. Maybe 1930s, but the rounded bottom makes me think it's more likely, from that period, maybe 1940s to 1950s. So anyway, excuse me, that's how it is. As I mentioned, this whole thing really is a way to show off, not just show off some cast iron, which I always love doing, but to show off some homemade corned beef. Namely, not this stuff. This is store-bought corned beef. But even so, all you have to do is slow cook it and add your own spices. And even store-bought corned beef will be something incredible. But if you actually take the time to make your own corned beef, and like I said, you still have time to do so, folks. If you would like to do so for St. Patty's Day this year, take some time over the next week and get the basic ingredients together. Get yourself some beef. It can be brisket, of course. That's traditional. It does not even have to be brisket. It can be a tough cut of meat, like, say, eye of round, for instance, because in the end, we're going to be slow cooking it. Just get your spices together. Again, there are any number of corned beef recipes which have lists of spices. You can even buy them in packets. Go to really any decent store and buy pickling spices. And then you just simply toast them up in a cast iron pan. Put them in boiling water. Let it cool off. And you can then just brine your beef for at least the next week. And then come St. Patty's Day, you will have yourself an amazing corned beef. So I highly, highly recommend it. I've been doing my best every year to try to get people to try this themselves because it's easy, It's a lot of fun, and you won't regret it. And having said that,
All right. So just to go over a few comments.
oh, thank you.
Yes, I am awesome. And you guys are welcome. I will grace you with my presence at any time. My cooking skills, you guys will get to see more of those. And the grilled cheese is brilliant. Yes, it is brilliant because once again, I'm awesome. So of course it's going to be brilliant. And then here we go. He's awesome. Haha, what an episode. It makes great sausage gravy. Peg's in love with trouble. I think we can't have her here. She's gonna steal the cat. So yeah.
Some days that might not be a bad thing.
Yeah.
Some days.
Well, for like 15 minutes, and then he's like good again.
Yeah.
I like him again.
Then we love him again.
Yeah. Eric is the best, the host with the most. He is great. That was Miss French Twist. Boiler Honky Dude said he is great, even with a clipped wing. Tech for too long said you're the best. Raymond said corned beef, just what the doctor, corned beef cast when the doctor removes it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't show up week after week. Oh, Peg says I wouldn't show up week after week if Eric was dislikable or if he didn't get some antics from trouble breaking out of his bonds. Oh, Bob S., you made brownies in your 8-inch wag skillet for the first time. Did you use my brownie recipe? If you don't know my brownie recipe, you should check it out. It's a video on here. It's the world's best brownies.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, the best brownies you'll ever have in your entire life.
I will second that.
He is wonderful, really a joy to watch. Tonight was always so good, full of information. Don't be so hard on yourself. Love you live. See, we gotta do this live stuff. Fun night, thanks, E. Cast Iron Chaos. What a great channel. Glad I found it.
Well, at least we could say we definitely applied chaos to this.
Papa Dan said, Cast Iron Chaos, don't sweat it tonight. Jamie, and you did fine. Thank you very much. Enjoy these lives. Thanks for sharing. Thanks, Eric. See, we all love you.
Thank you.
You're awesome.
And thank you, everybody, for putting up with all this, and especially for all these nice comments. This really is what makes these live videos really a lot of fun.
Bob S., I come for the cat.
Yeah.
You and Peg, maybe you guys should get to know each other.
Yeah.
And Andrew Bonifacio said teamwork. We do make a pretty good team.
Actually, we do, yes.
This is not scripted. I don't know if you guys could tell.
Oh, are you kidding?
Yeah.
I mean, you know what kind of choreography it would take to script something like this?
Well, people still watch it, and it's just a picture of a corned beef and us talking in the background. So we're doing something right.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Need
Yeah.
more cat cameos.
Yeah.
Ask. Oh no! Oh wait, are we live? Ask and you shall receive. This is Miss Mobley. She's so awesome. So yeah, she's good. And trouble, but I have to get trouble for Peg. I mean, it'll be.
And then we'll be all done for the evening.
Watch out! Hey, trouble! Come here. Trouble! Hey, buddy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he's over here.
Come here, Fresh.
Here he is. Come here, little guy.
Come here. He's a bull.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I got lucky. He's cleaned himself. And Peg. Here's the boy. Here's the boy himself. Mr. Trouble. They're freshy. Here's the fresh one. Yep. Say hi. Say hi. No,
now he doesn't. Yeah.
He says, "I'll give you a get down." Yeah.
Yeah. Now he doesn't want to be in the picture.
All right. Good night, folks. I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say we are both worn out at this
look
point.
At that
so.
lovely double chin and that acne. Sweet. Why am I not on camera?
No. All right. Thank you again for everything tonight, folks. And the best I could say is that we will be back again next Wednesday. Hopefully things will be a little less chaotic. I had mentioned before talking about unknown cast iron pans, and that still seems like a good topic. So unless something comes up, you can expect that we will be doing some talking about that, about gate mark cast iron pans, hammered pans, and all of those lovely UFOs or unidentified frying objects. And having said that, thank you once again. And as always, we will see you all next week. Have a good evening, everyone. Now I hope I can actually get this thing to close safely. Okay, let's do Control-Alt-Delete. See if we can close this thing with the task manager. Oh yeah, Trouble, we love you, but boy, you are living up to your name.